Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of FWs RV, and it's my personal nerdy opinion, but it seems to be echoed throughout most of the RV industry. Fifth wheels are awesome for their towing as compared to travel trailers. Having towed both, I personally feel the towing and handling and ride of a fifth wheel is borderline categorically superior to almost any travel trailer out there. But most fifth wheels are just so freaking huge, and there's tons of videos on big fifth wheels out there. So I wanted to do something a little different, and I wanted to compile with a P, a collection list here of a number of fifth wheels that are under 10,000 pounds. Now, with cargo, the total GVW of some of these things will probably exceed that mark, but there's a growing number of smaller fifth wheels becoming available, and I wanted to shed some light on what I think is a kind of overlooked and growing segment of the RV industry. So we're going to take about 2 minutes, give or take, per RV to go through some of these things in some very surface level basic detail, and then take a look at the links in the video description. If you want to see full detailed videos and really get to know more about these things, I have full length walkthrough videos on anything we'll see today, as well as links to our site if you want to double check a rough price tag on one of these, whether you're curious or whether you're serious. This is another list that came to us today as a viewer provided submission, so please keep your ideas coming, and these are in no particular order. They're not a ranking, these are not the best ones. This is just a cool collection of things, in my opinion, that I ran into over the last year. So take a look and enjoy. I called it. I said when this RV first came out, this would be Cougar's #1 seller, and it has become one of the most popular couples camping fifth wheels in the entire marketplace, and for good reason. It is practically perfect. You need to see this. Hey everybody, welcome to Coldwater, Michigan. My name is Josh the RV Nerd, and this thing is awesome. Last year I actually named it my personal favorite couples camping fifth wheel. Is that going to be a repeat for 2025? We will wait to see, because there's a couple good contenders out there, but this is absolutely in the running. I'm not saying it's the best one for everybody, but for, like, if it was just me and my wife, there's a very good chance this is something I'd look at putting my personal money into, because it's 28 foot tip to tail, so it's not super duper monster large. It gives us good awning space, just an absolutely phenomenal kitchen. And it's a rear kitchen, which spooks some people for transit, but it's a shorter RV, so there's not a giant massive overhang in the back, so you don't got to worry about stuff in those cabinets bouncing and jouncing the way that they otherwise possibly could. This has an absolutely fantastic 0 to 110 degree rated weather package. One of the only hitches in its giddy up is that it does have a short queen bed, but they left you room for a true queen, and the fact is most people replace the factory mattresses anyway, so yeah, it's a ding in the negative column, but not a terrible one. What I love about this, it's small, it's compact, but it gives us campsite window coverage, direct facing entertainment, albeit pretty high mounted, fantastic storage, a respectable factory battery, trickle charge system, actually one of the better base factory solar packages out there. Auto leveling, of course. We've got a full receiver hitch on the back that you don't have to use necessarily for towing. You could use for, like, a portable generator or anything like that. There's also factory capacities for more advanced solar and inverter packages as well. If you don't want a dealership to do that and you want a factory warranty to cover those things, this is an RV brand that has that capacity available. And it is not an accident that there are a bunch of other builders now almost carbon copying this layout out there, because it is that good. But that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear from you. Where are they nailing it, and where should they focus on further improvement? Because Cougar is always listening, and if you like how we share the good with the bad, hit that subscribe button. Let's get dug in there. You guys, have you seen Doug? I can never find that guy. Hello and welcome everybody. Josh the RV Nerd of FWs RV here at my hometown Coldwater, Michigan Superstore with a very classy 30-foot couples camping fifth wheel right here. This is a model that a lot of builders make a layout like this. So what is Eagle bringing to the table? Well, being a Jayco, they're doing Jayco things, like having twice the warranty of basically anybody else with their 2+3 warranty package. And this is an Eagle HT, which is technically the smallest, lightest, most basic member of the Jayco family. But the thing is, Jayco doesn't really know how to do small, light, and basic very well. They only know how to do more than everybody else, at least that's their goal. So not only do you have things like basically double the warranty, you still have that 3,000 pound towing package on the back. This has a 3-stage water filtration system, a very nice ride and handling package. They call it their 4-star package, but it's Goodyear endurance radials, more ride shock dampening suspension, and a few other things like like greasable wet bolt Zert fasteners on your suspension package. So if you really do want to spend some time mobile and going down the road, this is an RV that is made to kind of handle that kind of use. Now, the RV has a very respectable weather package. Jayco actually has tested their stuff 0 to 100 degree rated in every model. They've standardized a new bedroom on these as well. It's an Olympic queen, so it's dead in between a traditional residential king and queen. It gives you that extra space to stretch out at your campsite, but it's also something that you can still walk around. Big bedroom windows, big closet built right in between the bedroom bathroom wall that is actually washer dryer prepped, but if you install one, you basically destroy effectively almost all of your bedroom clothing storage. So that's the thing. Every RV has positives, every RV has negatives. What I want to do with these videos, because we sell so many different ones, if this isn't the right one, let's find out now. We'll find you the right one. I want to do you that service as a customer to point out the good with the bad and let you decide which one's right for you. And if you appreciate that, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of FWs RV down here in Middlebury today at Jayco HQ, getting a first look inside here at the new family bunkhouse member of the Eagle SLE series that's now making landfall. This is a new thing that they're coming out with, and the idea here is to make a Jayco more accessible and more affordable to more people than have been available in the past. This model right here, it's essentially the establishing the new baseline of the Jayco Eagle family, and then everything goes up from here. But what's awesome about this is there's a lot of people like, listen, I just want a reliable, dependable RV to take my family out to make some memories. I don't want something too awful big. You know, I don't want all the fancy over the top stuff. We still want to spend a lot of our time outside. We still want to connect as a family, but we want something a little more classy and reliable versus the common entry level stuff that you sometimes find out there. That's where this one slips into the mix. What's cool about this is it still brings the peace of mind of things like Jayco's 2+3 year warranty package to a buyer who maybe wasn't able to afford a Jayco before. Still also has that 3,000 pound towing hitch on the back with the wiring harness and everything. So if you have like a cargo pod, a bunch of kids' bikes, or Edna Croaks on the family vacation, you got a great place to be able to transport all of that and or her, depending on what you're looking at. Also still has a basic battery tending 200 watt solar package. So if you do still work for a living, you still punch that clock, you don't get a chance to get out there all day, every day, you're not always plugged in, your batteries aren't going to roast and toast and get drained and dead when you're not using the thing. It's a really smart combination of features and equipment that went into this one. The floor plan has some things I really like the private sleeping. I don't personally love the seating arrangement, but I get why they did it. But that's the thing. Every RV has positives and negatives. I want to try to show you both sides of the equation, let you decide if this is the right one for you. And as we go, let me know what you think about it. What do you like and what do you dislike? And if you appreciate how we get you the footage and give you that chance to share your feedback with the manufacturers, hit that hit the subscribe button, leave us some comments, whatever. I was doing great until then. Now it fell apart. I'm not reshooting this. I don't care. Let's go inside. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of FWs RV. I'll be your guide today as we go through a model I've never had a chance to put on camera before. This came out last year, and I never had the chance to get my hands on one. This is a opposing living room super slide lighter weight series fifth wheel in the Reflection 100 series. This is where all of the Grand Design fifth wheels start, and then everything gets bigger and grander, if you will, from here. The thing is, the goal behind this floor plan was to give you the biggest living room possible in the shortest length and lightest weight possible while still being reasonably budget conscious. There's certainly less expensive fifth wheels out there, but also far more expensive fifth wheels out there, and this thing is nicely appointed for the budget point. You may prefer more campsite windows because this has almost none in the living area, and they make a version of that in the Reflection 150 series, but it's longer, it's heavier, it's more expensive. This is the shortest, lightest way to give you a big living space if that's what you're looking for. And that makes this an absolutely fantastic traveling fifth wheel right here, and that's really where this one excels, because it's not super long, it's not super heavy, but we have things like Goodyear tires. We have MORryde suspension. We have electronic anti-sway and anti-lock braking on here. So it is extremely roadworthy. Plus it has a 3,000 pound rated towing hitch on the back. You've also got a couple other awesome features like a 180 watt battery tending solar package on the roof, a very respectable extended season weather package, a true queen bed up front. I love what they do in the bathroom. They don't have a skylight, and it's one of my favorite things because they don't have that, which sounds totally backwards, but it'll make sense once we go through this thing. But it's also got some problems, like road mode. It's good for traveling, but at a stoplight you can't get to the kitchen or the refrigerator or anything like that. So it has ups and it has downs, and I want to give you both sides of the coin so you can decide if it's the right one for you or not. And if you appreciate that, hit that subscribe button, and let's go. I found it. It took me forever, but I finally found this one. Hello everybody, welcome. Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at Alliance's big new 2025 display. And this thing is so popular, they're always sold out. I've never been able to get my hands on one either visiting our dealership or actually just literally come down here and kick in the door and at the factory. So why is this thing so popular? Because it's not an original floor plan. There's nothing new about the layout. It's just that they executed it so nicely, and they're doing a couple things that you don't typically find on this layout. So just to break it down, if you're new to this, we have opposing living room super slides that are both carpetless and floor flush. There's no vents in the floor, so the whole thing's very easy to keep clean. The windows are just maximized on the camp side of the RV, and you have dual power awning, so the function area of the campsite face of this thing is fan-frickety-tastic, essentially. But what's kind of special about this one is not only does the new decor, I think, look amazing, but it's a wide body RV. It's about 5 inches wider than industry standard. So you're gaining a chunk of space in every room. And it's a difference that I don't even know if it shows on camera, but when you're in it in person, you can feel the difference 5 inches makes very quickly, especially when you get up into places like the bedroom and the bathroom, the smallest rooms of this RV. Now, if you want a full east-west bed slide, they make that. It's called a 32 RLS Avenue. This is one that's a little bit lighter, a little easier on the hitch weight, but it actually has a more travel-friendly layout than its big brother. So if you're going to be doing travel stops and travel sleepovers, this is the model that RVers should be looking at. Now, it's got some hiccups. It's got some things you might not like. I'm going to try to share the good with the bad. And if you like that fair and candid approach, hit that subscribe button, and let's see what's in there. That's probably one of my personal favorites right there. That Cougar 260 MLE is absolutely awesome. And I have a feeling over the next year or two, you're going to see a lot of RV manufacturers make their own versions of something like that. Frankly, I'm a little shocked it hasn't happened quite yet, but let me know what you think about the list today. And there's definitely plenty of potential entries that I didn't include today. There's some very good things for you to consider. This is just designed to be a starting point for you if you're looking out there and looking for ideas, some things to kind of start looking at and cross-comparing against, or maybe be like, okay, let's go see a couple of these in person, and what does a 10,000 pound or less fifth wheel actually look like and feel like? Because there's a lot of times I'll bump into people, they say, you know, I want a fifth wheel that weighs less than 10,000 pounds, and then they look at the size they get, they're like, I need more than this. Sometimes you just got to try them on like a pair of pants. And I kind of call this space our dressing room out here, the RV dressing room. And we're just kind of the camping tailors for you, as it were. So if there's a model that you might like, or you're like, why didn't this make the list? I have nothing against any RV out there. I just, you know, these are the ones that I happen to run into and that I personally kind of liked. Doesn't mean that they're the best ones, doesn't mean they're the only ones. This is just my opinion, man, as the dude would say. So, full-length videos, pricing and availability, links for all that will be available for you in the video description. And if you have another idea you'd like me to cover for you, I'll try to put a compilation video like this together for you for your own idea, but I can't get to everybody, so please don't be offended if I miss you. So, until next time, keep the ideas coming in. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.